first thing that you're going to want to do is you want to get a 1 gallon jug. Milk jug will work. I've got an Ice Mountain water bottle here. I chose this just because the mouth is a little bit sturdier. So the first thing that I do, and it can be a juice container or whatever, and you can go ahead, you can ditch the top of it. And the first thing that I do is you're going to want to drill several holes in the top of this. Okay. Essentially, this is going to be your homemade filter. And the holes that we drilled on the bottom is going to allow the water to pass through. Now, you're going to need to get a bag of quilt batting. I got this at Joann Fabrics. I think it was 10 bucks. They have cheaper stuff. This stuff is just pretty fine. That's why I got it. You just open that up. You just take you a handful of it and you just stuff it into your bottle. And you just keep stuffing that into your bottle until it's packed as tightly as you can get it. So once it starts to get full, take something like a screwdriver or whatever you can fit down in there and stuff it down in there as much as you can to get that packed as tightly as possible. Because what this is going to do, it's going to act as a filter, a homemade filter for your discharge hose on your pool. And this is going to catch all the small particles of iron that your filter that came with the pool cannot catch. So this will help clear up your water. Okay, now that we've got our homemade filter stuffed tight with the quilt batting, the holes drilled in the bottom for the water to come out, the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to connect our discharge hose to the top of our filter. And the best way that I've found to do this is take a shop vac extension, hose extension, and stick it down in there. And what that does, it adds a little bit more rigidity to because you're going to connect your hose to this small mouth right here, and I use one of these metal zip ties, and you're going to hang it over the edge of your pool. So what that does is just adds a little bit more rigidity, stabilization, I guess, so it doesn't fall off into your pool. Okay, so essentially now you have this, and then we're going to connect our discharge hose to the top of here. Okay, the next thing you want to do is you want to disconnect your discharge hose, the one that goes from your filter back into the pool. Before you do that, you should have, if you have an Intex pool, it should come with little black, a rubber stopper that you can put on the inside of your discharge tube, and it'll stop the water from leaking out. So you want to do that obviously before you disconnect this. If not, you can stuff a rag in there or something, anything will work. But so you need to unscrew this metal zip tie. Make sure you turn your filter off before you do this as well. Disconnect this hose. Then just go ahead and connect it to your new filter. Put it on there as far as you need to. Then just go ahead and tighten that metal zip tie. Make sure it's secure around there. You already see it's starting to come out the bottom. And you can go ahead and prop this up over the edge of your pool. It's not going to hurt anything. See, it's now flowing through the homemade filter pretty good. And what will happen is all this white batting, quilt batting here, will end up turning dark orange or brown or black. And it'll do that as well if you if you fill your pool initially through this filter, which will help. So I just set it down in the pool here. And then another thing that I do, and this is a big step. I use a bottle of super iron out. You can get it at Walmart. I think it's about $13. I don't use the whole thing. I'll just go along the pool and sprinkle it in, and then my skimmer, I'll sprinkle some into my skimmer, let it get down into the filter. After you put that iron out in, what you'll see in your skimmer is you'll see a lot of orange and brown film. You can kind of see there, it's a little darker there on the edge of my skimmer from where that iron is collected, but you'll see a lot of film, and it'll kind of go through the skimmer. And I believe it was about 2 hours and my pool was clear. It's already starting to turn brown right on the end there, and I already have clear water, so I would leave that filter on there probably the whole summer, and then make a couple of these and just change them out. But for under $15 you can fix your problem in under 2 hours. It's amazing. If you have any questions or comments, please post them in the comments below, and I'll do the best I can to answer your questions. Again, I found this solution on a I don't know what you want to call it, on a thread discussion blog on the internet, on Google. I just Googled it, and this is one of the solutions I came up with, and it was pretty amazing. So so yeah, give it a try. Let me know what you think, and yeah, for under $15 you're good to go. All right, thanks guys.